Today I rise in strong opposition to the recent Sham election that took place in Burma on November 7th. As the sponsor of this important resolution, I want to lend a public voice for many people yearning to see democracy take real roots in Burma. The purpose of the election is crystal clear: to entrench the military junta's rule under a cloak of democracy. Notwithstanding the release of Aung San Suu Kyi, the junta's actions cannot be an excuse to draw the curtain close on so many people in Burma who yearn for the fresh breath of freedom. While claiming the pro-junta party won 80% of the vote in the Sham election, the Burmese regime clearly demonstrated its adherence to Chairman Mao's famous dictum that political power comes from the barrel of a gun. To make matters worse, just as rigged election results were being reported, junta troops engaged in shootouts with ethnic minority forces in border areas, sending tens of thousands of refugees fleeing into Thailand. Artillery fire even flew over the border, injuring refugees, Thai civilians, and Thai soldiers on the Thai side. Shelling your peaceful neighbor is no way for any government to conduct an election. And while we all laud the release of the acclaimed Nobel Peace Prize laureate Aung San Suu Kyi, no one should be fooled into thinking that the Burmese junta leopard has changed its spots. The junta has treated Aung San Suu Kyi like its political yo-yo, letting her out, then pulling her back in whenever it has served the regime's political whims. Having gotten her out of the way during the critical run-up to the bogus elections, the regime has now decided it is time to place her again in the world's spotlight. But we cannot for one moment forget that there are an estimated 2,500 other political prisoners, including brave monks and ordinary citizens from the Saffron Revolution 3 years ago, who still languish in the Burmese gulag. Until these others are free, Aung San Suu Kyi and Burma are indeed truly not free. In 2008, I led the effort, along with my friend from New York, Representative Joe Crowley, to award the Congressional Gold Medal to Aung San Suu Kyi. We must never forget the strength and hope that she represents. We must never be fooled into believing that this time there really will be a change in Burma. A flawed election process cannot hide the fact that until a sincere, transparent dialogue on political transformation has begun with the opposition, that there can be no true democracy and rule of law in Burma. One need only recall that Hitler and Stalin had elections also, and they were just as meaningless. And this raises the whole question of the value of engagement with a regime which hunts down refugees and shells its neighbor in the aftermath of bogus elections. The administration clings to the desperate hope that talking to dictatorial thugs with no preconditions will lead to a world of peace and harmony. The Burmese junta and their bogus elections demonstrate the naive assumption behind this approach to foreign policy. The release of Nobel Peace Prize laureate Aung San Suu Kyi from house arrest, however, still leaves one Peace Prize laureate behind bars. That is the recent prize recipient, Chinese dissident Liu Xiaobo. It seems high time for the rulers in Beijing to follow the example of their Burmese buddies and immediately release Mr. Liu. Governments which fear lone voices of conscience, like Aung San Suu Kyi and Mr. Liu, can never be truly secure, no matter how much voter fraud they conduct to prop up their regimes. I strongly and enthusiastically urge my colleagues to stand up for democracy and freedom in the proud ancient land of Burma and to wholeheartedly support this resolution.